Hello, this is Sheshachalam from AstroGuide Mysore, and today I'll be discussing the detailed results of Chandramangala Yoga, that is Moon and Mars, when it is posited in the four Kendras, the first, the fourth, the seventh, and the 10th. So let us take the first house. Chandra is an emotional planet, and Chandra means moon is an emotional planet, and Mars is an aggressive planet. So, this emotion and aggression put together. Sometimes Mars can be weak with very low aggression, and sometimes moon can be strong with extreme emotion. Let us see how this plays around. So, I have done a detailed, you know, writing on this, but let me start. Chandramangala Yoga in the first house will make a person very logical, and if Mars is strong and very, it will make him very emotional if Moon is strong. That means Mars is the planet for logic, and Moon is the planet for emotion. So, depending on which planet is strong, the tendency of a person's character will mold there because the first house is the character of the person. If both are strong, then the person you know, will have immense control on his emotions, immense power over his aggression. So the one who can control both emotion and aggression, he will rule the world. He can be whatever he wants. And it is very rare to have such a combination. And these people who are even very near to the fact that both Moon and Mars are strong in a chart will be very successful in ventures and business. And this is for the first house. So if Moon is weak, let us say the Moon is weak and Mars is strong, then there is a chance that the person will have blunt, straightforward, and rude speech, and people might feel that why is he so cruel to others when in his speech only. And Mars, if is weak, and Moon is also weak, let us say both are weak, then the native will have problems like low blood pressure, problems in the blood, anemia, you know, hemoglobin problems. So there are many other problems related to the blood. So all these problems might crop up. Okay, like particularly digestive system, that is the IBS, irritative bowel syndrome, can happen for a person who has a weak Moon Mars in the ascendant. If any of the two is the sixth or the eighth lord, see here I am now taking the lordship also. The character of Moon and Mars is defined, but what if Moon is the sixth lord and is in the ascendant, taking for the ascendant of, for example, Aquarius? Then what? Or if Mars is the eighth lord. So Mars can be the eighth lord for two instances. Like one, it is the Kanya Lagna, that is the Virgo ascendant, and it can also be its own sign of Aries. It can be the Lagna lord also. So in this case, a person has to practice yoga, meditation, and might have to control his impulsiveness because he will unnecessarily force ideas, and will be more inner talk will be there, that he will become very hard on himself, and it will lead to anxiety and depression. So success in achievement is not that every achievement will be regarded by the societies. In many places, people keep calling me and telling that I did all this to my company and my company has not recognized me at all. I don't know why. So this type of a situation can happen. So let us go to the next Kendra, that is the fourth house. Moon, the signifier of mother in its house of signification, will give good, strong mother and child relationship. Fantastic. But now comes the catch that Mars is sitting there. Mars will spoil this. It will one or the other way spoil the relationship between mother and son when it is posited along with moon, and it's a malefic influence over moon. So this particular combination can spoil a very close bonding with brothers, also brothers and sisters or siblings. Though Mars is the karaka for the third house, that is the brothers, but the fact that it is sitting along with moon can give some argumentative problems, and the closest relationship, the kith and the kin, the dears, we will slowly isolate them, and we will think about our own selves. So moon and Mars is, when it is a little malefically posited, will make a person a little more selfish. So if, because of this position in the fourth house, which becomes the opposite to the 10th house, that is the house of profession, the native will opt for business. He would not want to work under somebody under any pressure. He would want to do his own job, and he would not be that worried about what job he is doing. For him, job is important. So he will do his own job or his own contract or his own projects or his business, and he is not much worried about the profits until unless the second house and the eighth house all are seen together. But this particular thing is that he needs satisfaction, he needs recognition, he needs that inner peace. So he will do whatever he wants when it is in the fourth house. So if both are moderately strong, then the native will be a disgruntled worker. It's like, it is not very strong or it is not weak. So it is like, I wanted to do this, but I got this, so I'm continuously doing this. I don't know when I'll get that. But after some years, he will tell that, okay, that dream is over, I'll be in this itself. So that's what is disgruntled, always dissatisfied kind of a thing. So he might be isolated from his relatives because of this particular placement, and it might also be because of his job demands that he will not be able to provide time to his family and his close relatives. And it might also be that this particular placement can take a person far away from his place of birth, moon and Mars. As this house, the fourth house, represents vehicles, he needs to be quite cautious because while driving, because this particular position can indicate unnecessary injuries due to unforeseen circumstances while driving a car or a bike. So he needs to be cool, not rash, and he needs to be conscious about the surroundings. It's not that we do the mistake, it can be that any mistake can happen from anywhere. So, particularly, Moon is the planet which is concerned when it is malefically disposed in the fourth house. So, the seventh house, that is the third Kendra, a man who knows things better and sometimes uses it unethically on others due to his overconfidence in trying to pull things in his favor or towards him. So, here it very clearly tells that if a person thinks that he knows things or he really knows things, doesn't make him a king of the situation. He needs to show his humility, humble. He has to be humble. So sometimes he will cross this line, and he will start showing off in the company or in the meeting or other places in the family that you people are dumb and I know things. So this can happen if both the planets are strong and some malefic planet is sitting along with it. So if both the planets are weak, then the native, though he is confident, though he knows things, will not have the required intelligence to put it across. So his opinion will be with him and die with him, because he will not have the guts or the strength to stand up and talk or stand up and put across a point. So I have seen many people who are having issues of stammering, issues of stammering is just another physical difficulty, but it can also be a very strong mental difficulty which will become stammering. So moon, which is the mind, when it is associated with a weak or debilitated Mars, can give difficulties to the native. Debilitated Mars. Please think this. Moon is, in its own sign when Mars gets debilitated. These are all this combination is a beautiful combination to understand, because as an astrologer, Moon gets debilitated in Mars's sign, Mars gets debilitated in Moon's sign, and Mars gets exalted, Moon is there, then that's the Saturn's house. So there are a lot of things here for us to understand. So best for this person is to keep quiet and not spill the beans. So if you do not have confidence and you do not have the intelligence, both. What if a person has intelligence and no confidence? I just explained that he goes to the meeting but does not, is of no use because he doesn't talk. He keeps everything to himself. And others will have stolen away his ideas from him, and they would be making a better market in the company. And what if a person has no confidence and also, doesn't have that much of brains? So it's better he keeps quiet, because he spills his beans and then people will come to know that he doesn't have brains. So if it is a strong combination, if there is a mutual strength between both Moon and Mars, then he is an ardent businessman. Sales and marketing will be just like a game and a play for him, and anything on earth where there is an opportunity to get rich, he will be there. So it is a very opportunistic combination what we are talking about today. So in this combination, if this combination is strong, he will be a talkative, a very good master in his choice of words, and he will be able to put across a message before even anybody would even think of debating it. He would have sealed it. So he would be a smart person and a guy who is wanted in any company and any place. But when it is weak, it will be the other way around, that he is not wanted because he talks something which doesn't make sense. So, in this combination of Moon and Mars in the seventh house, a person will have either an early marriage or an early teenage crush, an early relationship, and maybe, depending on what planet is aspecting or placed, he might be having many relationships also, which has to be verified anyway. So if it is in the 10th house, the Kendra Sthana, the last Kendra, we call it as Karma Sthana. There is a house of actions, which is the best placement for this particular combination. And the person can be very good as a judge, a marketing guy, a logical interpreter, and a mediator, real estate operator. He can be so many things, and he will be a team leader first and will mostly not fail. So wealthy and courageous for a rich living standard, he will have very good standard of living, and he will love expensive items, luxurious in taste, and sometimes will be frivolous with whatever he is doing. He is not careful. He is careless, and if this position is not supported by a strong, sorry, not supported, it is supported. Let us say Sun is supporting this position of Moon and Mars in the 10th house. He becomes an industrialist, a businessman, and then additionally, he can also become a politician. So he will try to play with power and social influence because he feels that he can. So the people have a capacity in many cases, but they don't know it. But he, with a strong moon, a strong sun, a strong Mars in this 10th house, I'm talking about three planets here, but anyway, it's about the two planets, moon and Mars. Let us say that if they both are very strong, he will know how to play his cards on in the social reference. So, thank you very much for today's class.